Okay. You want to introduce yourself first?
So I'm Ahmad Ali, local, I guess you could say activist. I believe that we need to make changes in society, to work to make society a better place. That has driven me to be a part of WBAI by being a co-producer and co-host of In the Moment, and being active every chance I can get with Peace Smiths and any peace activity. Being a Muslim, believing in peace, actually being the actual jihad, the struggle to be in peace, to live in peace.
Okay, we were discussing a minute ago that you also, I believe, use music as a way to communicate with people.
Well, almost as you could almost say like a ministry. I believe music touches people that are in a more vast way, and reaches out to different people from all over the world, and that we can communicate through music better than we are doing through politics right now. And I hope to bring peace and harmony to people through music. Hopefully be a state that the world can come into one day. Music, radio is an extension of that also.
Okay, you want to talk to me about the event we're at today?
The event we're at today is a different response. We're right here on Veterans Memorial Highway by the War Veterans Memorial. And I remember a couple of years ago being out here at an event, and there were a lot of jeers and a lot of angry taunts from the drivers. And I haven't heard a negative response today at all, so it's going to show us that now here in 2007, we have the wave of things have changed, and people haven't accepted the Kool-Aid the president has been pouring on everybody. And people want world peace, and they want to get their children, our children, out of Iraq and back home, and take care of business at home and set up democracy here at home before we worry about saving the rest of the world.
Okay. And you said you haven't heard any negative responses. Have you heard any positive responses?
All the toots from the drivers and the thumbs up and the peace signs, that's all I've seen today. Where last time it was very different, and I feel very comfortable and at peace with being here. Last time I was actually a little fearful. You never know who might follow you home. But today it's good, and I hope this type of peace and positive environment can embrace the United States and the whole world, actually.
Okay, and what's your reasons for opposing this war?
My reasons I oppose all war, not just this war, all war. We were lied to going into this war. That's been exposed. The American public just seems to accept whatever the government tells us. They don't care how much we march and protest out here. This is one expression. We need to come up with other strategies to effectuate change, economic and political strategies that can effectuate real change. Back in the conflict that the United States had where they invaded Grenada, there was a protest on Washington, and James Brady was quoted when somebody pointed out to him, look at all the people marching. He says, I don't care if they march, just as long as they pay their taxes. But being out here and elevating the consciousness of the people, hopefully we can start to unite and make change and not allow this to just be the best democracy that money can buy.
Okay. Now, you mentioned that you're against all war. Why is that?
We're the most intellectual beings on the planet. Why is war how we have to solve things? I mean, there are all kinds of strategies. They don't, let me be real direct. They don't want black people to take the idea of war and violence to get justice and reparations. But it's okay for the colonialist, for the American or the Western way to go over into other parts of the world and commit violence against people. Explain that to me. And even when we have a great leader come out who is nonviolent, who is preaching nonviolence and social justice, he is killed with violence. So I'm against all violence if possible. Nobody wants violence done to them or unto others. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Okay, with this Iraq conflict, where do you think we should go next?
I think we should get out of there, plain and simple. And it's not a matter of cut and running. Nothing has gotten better since we've been there. It's only gotten worse. There were no terrorists there before we got there. We were the only terrorists there. Saddam Hussein, as bad as he was our little puppet boy, and when he decided to bite the hand that fed him, we decided we had to take him out. We were over there, Schwarzkopf or Rumsfeld presented him with jeweled sword or a gun or something like that. And I don't remember all the facts exactly, but he was our boy, and as long as he was our boy, he was good. Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein were enemies of each other. Saddam Hussein was a secular Muslim. When he was in power, women were highly educated and got professional jobs. Now we come under something else that has arisen there, and these other Muslim groups that have women back in the veils in Iraq. I can't quote all of it right now. I wasn't prepared for this. But the fact that they've gone backwards as far as being progressive. So what has America done in Iraq to make it more progressive, make rights for women better, or rights for the average citizen who doesn't have electricity and water anymore?
And what do we need to do in order to push our government to get them to leave Iraq?
We need to let our elected officials know that they're going to lose their jobs. We're not going to support the corporations who support the war. We need to start refraining from spending our money, and we have to get the volume, the masses of people to get out and vote. Those who aren't voting, who are disenfranchised, have to be motivated to go out and vote and make it more prominent that we want change. They are in denial right now that the American public has voted for change, and they're trying to steer it the way they want it anyway. And we got to take it back from the corporations, and power to the people, power to the peaceful. Is what this country is supposed to be built on. Power of we the people, not the corporations.